I'm Phil Cornish, and I'm back to talk to you about common sense and the factors in our society today that are eroding traditional values and eroding principles of common sense. And I want to help you to understand why, in the context of the current issues that are in society, in the media, every day, why those ideas have been put out there. So we've talked first about the idea of postmodernism, the idea that there no longer is any absolute objective truth. We talked about the idea then of how our feelings are being elevated, how we're told that how you feel or how you make someone else feel is now a core idea to promote. And so that even if it means we have to lie about the truth or color up the truth or avoid reasoned thinking in favor of feelings, that we should promote this idea of how we feel as being the top priority, the top goal. These are dangerous premises, and I'm going to explore why as we continue on with our program. But let's turn now to number three. Number three, the third core idea behind the underlying principles that are governing our thinking today is the idea of the abandonment of eschatology. What is that? What does this big word eschatology mean? Well, eschatology is the idea that historically that there is actually a God, that there is actually a plan that exists for mankind. The idea that God is a being and that mankind was created for purposes that have unfolded through history. Well, that idea has now been dismissed. It has been eroded, has been abandoned largely by the thinking that is governing the majority of people today, who follow the theory of postmodernism, who follow the idea that what it makes us feel good is important. And so the idea is that God is no longer relevant to any of our decision making. God is no longer a consideration that we should pay attention to in determining how we function as a society, how we make decisions as a civilization. And we can see how this plays out in some of the issues I've just been talking to you about so far. The idea that we are here to look after ourselves as humans, and we are all that matters. God isn't part of the equation. So that's why we have issues today that are coming to the forefront in a way that is just dominating news and dominating our perspective of the world. And that is the primary example of climate change. So the idea is then that our world is endangered by climate change. We might destroy ourselves as a civilization. We might destroy the world because of the way we have not functioned in a healthy way by allowing pollution, allowing things that have destroyed our planet. And so this idea is now causing alarm to people, because if we're on our own and we want to continue to survive as humans, then we better start taking action to make changes. Well, you see, that happens because our idea is that God doesn't matter anymore. God's not part of the equation. The idea that there are future unfolding of events according to something that God has scheduled is now not even talked about. It's dismissed by people. And so instead, we have to replace that by the idea that we need to fix our world ourselves. And I'm going to suggest to you that that is a dangerous pathway. The idea that we could actually control our world, the idea that man is qualified to conduct ourselves in the world in a way that can lead us to progress is a short-sighted and dangerous idea. So when we talk about ideas like climate change, we're all there is that matters, and therefore we need to do what we can to try to fix the world. And so we have these ideas now of carbon pricing and carbon taxes that certainly is now affecting us in Canada. The price of your gas, the price of taxes, the cost of taxes that you pay. These are programs that our governments are implementing, and specifically our federal government is implementing, and it's costing us money, and it is increasing our debt and unfolding in ways that frankly may not be helping us confront the problems that exist in our world in a proper and healthy way, like we think that it is by these postmodern ideas that are governing. So these are the three underlying bedrock principles that are telling us why we are hearing the concerns that are heard in the news every day, why we're functioning in a way that is causing alarm over wars that we're hearing about, such as in Ukraine, and crime that's increasing, and issues that are unfolding socially. I want to help you understand why that is happening, help you make sense of it. We've started with these three underlying principles. We'll come back and talk about some of these specific issues when we come back in just a minute.